softer, firmer.
It's been really, really, really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Well, woohoo, and welcome to our call tonight. I'm going to start sharing my screen, so if you hold on just a moment, please. And Dr. Henriette, I'm going to make you a co-host. You should be a co-host now. So, and let me find my screen sharing here. Share my screen and let the show begin. Okay, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Gregory Muscari here in Bozeman, Montana, and I want to welcome you to our Power the Patch presentation. And tonight we're going to be talking about a patented breakthrough in wearable light technology. But before we get started, I just want to see if we could agree on a couple primary foundations. You know, number one, health truly is our greatest wealth. And if you were ever on the verge of losing it, or lost it for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And number two, let's face it, the symptoms of aging and disease just are not fun. Whether it's dental issues or brain fog, memory, joint function, fine lines and wrinkles, or maybe it's even worse. Maybe it's cardiovascular. The symptoms of aging just are not fun. Remember when you were younger, when you could work all day, party all night, get up tomorrow and do it again? Well, as the old saying goes, the old song goes, those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. And you know what? The sad truth is, the older you get, the faster you age and the slower you heal. And that's due to a natural decline in our body's number one repair system, stem cells. In fact, by the age 30, they've decreased by about 50%. And by the time you're 60, only a small percentage remains. And that's why a young lad falls down, skins his knee, and, a couple of days later, the scab falls off and he's back out on the playground. Grandma falls down, skins her knee, breaks her hip, and she's lucky to ever get out of the hospital. That's because the young lad is full of stem cells and grandma's got very few left. Well, we've got some good news for you. And I just wanted to preface it by saying I finally figured out what I want to be when I get older. Younger. I bet you many of you can relate to that. So let me ask you two personal questions. If you could change one thing in your health or in the health of someone you love and care for, what would it be? And what impact would reducing or eliminating that issue have on you or their quality of life? Okay, with that being said, I just want to give a general disclaimer. Our products are not designed or intended to heal, treat, cure, or diagnose any disease. They do, however, help get our bodies back into a much healthier, regenerative mode, and many times wonderful things then begin to happen. So let me ask you a serious question. If I can show you a safe and affordable way to change the trajectory of your aging so you could look, feel, and live younger longer, would you be interested? The answer for most people is yes, of course. Well, here's the good news. Our X39 wearable light technology is truly a historic breakthrough in holistic wellness. It's a new patented, inexpensive wearable patch. It's affordable, it's safe, non-invasive, and it's drug-free. It's a unique form of phototherapy which uses specific frequencies of light to increase and improve your health and wellness while supporting your body's innate ability to heal itself. So let me share with you just a little short video to give you some perspective on our breakthrough in affordable light technology.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHK-Cu, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that can support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
Wow. I love that video. It's brand new. Was just released at our national conference just a few weeks ago. So let's talk about the power of the patch. And again, it's based on the science of photobiomodulation. And LifeWave patches contain very specific combinations of organic materials and nanocrystals. And when they're applied to or near your body, they're activated by the infrared heat or the light emanating from our body. Then they begin to emit very specific wavelengths of light that stimulate targeted and beneficial biochemical responses in our body. This is the scientific basis of our LifeWave phototherapy patches. This is our founder and genius inventor, David Schmidt, and he's not only a brilliant scientist and researcher, he is a genius inventor with over 135 patents, and he's been on the leading edge of phototherapy research and science for over 24 years. In fact, David's already conducted over 80 clinical studies proving the efficacy of LifeWave phototherapy products, and many more studies are always in the works. And that's because LifeWave is a 20-year-old pioneer in life sciences focused on enhancing and extending human life. Back in 2000, this amazing life-enhancing technology was originally developed by David Schmidt exclusively for use by U.S. Navy SEALs to increase their battle-ready strength, stamina, and performance without the use of drugs, stimulants, or caffeine. Back in 2004, David founded LifeWave to bring this amazing technology to the masses. In 2010, we began manufacturing and our international distribution and IT global customer service in Ireland. We currently distribute to over 80 countries from 16 global distribution centers. And I'm happy to tell you, in 2024, we just cut the ribbon on our new global headquarters in Draper, Utah, USA. And there we have a state-of-the-art space-age welcome center that was actually designed by the set designer of Star Trek. So if you're ever in the neighborhood, be sure to let us know because we'd love to give you a guided tour. LifeWave's focus for the last 14 years has been in the field of anti-aging and regenerative science. And in 2019, we released to the global market LifeWave X39. Many are calling this the holy grail of health, healing, and regeneration. Truly an affordable breakthrough in wellness technology. And we're actually doing what the multi-billion-dollar companies and big pharma have not been able to do. And when used in conjunction with proper nutrition and hydration, you need to have some raw materials in there. But X39 has been proven to activate a very specific copper peptide that supports and enhances stem cell activity, while at the same time altering gene expression towards a younger and more vibrant you. And yes, we have patents. Yes, we have clinical studies. Yes, we have field results proving that X39 is actually helping to turn back your biological clock, helping people of all ages to look, feel, perform, and live younger. So let's talk just briefly about some of the benefits you might experience using the X39. And the first is energy. And really, energy is the currency of life. And you may find from the very first day an increase in cellular energy, and you just may feel less fatigued. Another important benefit is better sleep. And using X39 leads to an improvement in the quality and quantity of sleep. And most people report that their sleep is deeper and longer. And how about sports performance? Using X39 improves both sports performance and significantly reduces recovery time after exercise. And some users over the age of 50 have reported feeling stronger and more fit than they were back in their 20s and 30s. And nowadays, LifeWave patches are used by pro and amateur athletes around the world in almost every sport. The media's begin to notice, and you know what? You might too, if you look carefully on some of your favorite athletes and Olympians, you see these auspicious little white patches on their bodies, and that's our LifeWave phototherapy technology. How about pain relief? Most people notice a reduction in pain within minutes of the application of X39, and truly the pain relieving benefits have to be experienced to be believed. Another incredible benefit is brain function, and many people report improved memory, focus, and cognitive function. And wound healing. X39 actually helps to support the natural wound healing process, and many report wound healing, whether it's a scrape, a cut, a burn, or minor or major surgical procedure, a significant reduction in the healing time. Look at these results. This gentleman on the left, you can see after only 8 weeks, look at the difference in his skin. Look at the light in his eyes. He just looks younger, better, and healthier. And the lady next to him, after 4.5 months of using X39, which also increases collagen production, look at the difference in her lips, her chin, her cheeks, and neck. Amazing results. And this little lad at the bottom, the finger at the bottom, 6-year-old fingertip was clipped off in a door, and they took it to the doctor and asked, he didn't want to sew it back on. He says, it's never going to heal, it's going to die off. And they said, put it on anyway, please. And he did. And you can see it started to die. But look at 8 weeks later, it had totally healed, and he's going to enjoy life with all 10 fingertips. So, and the gentleman on the right, working in the attic, fell through the ceiling, broke 6 ribs, and punctured his lung. Extremely painful. Doctors said expected recovery 6 weeks. With X39, he was back to work in only 3 weeks. And here's a lady that had some radiation treatment on her face on June 6th. And you can see June 10th, 17th, 23rd, you can see the progress. You're going to be absolutely blown away when you take a look at her on June 30th. And that's like 24 days later, a little over 3 weeks later. You can't even tell she had the procedure. Okay, what else might you look forward to? Wrinkle reduction. Some of those fine lines and wrinkles, who knows? They might disappear or be significantly reduced. And we encourage people to take pictures. It's, unlike pain that you might experience in minutes, it takes a little longer for the fine lines and wrinkles, but there's a noticeable benefit and decrease over an 8 to 12 week period. So we encourage you to take pictures before you start on X39, and you'll be delighted with the results that you receive. Along with that is scar reduction. This is a phenomenon called remodeling, which reduces the appearance of scars. So again, take before and after pictures of not only your fine lines and wrinkles, maybe some of the scars that you might have. And I think you're going to be really delighted within a few short months, the reduction and sometimes elimination of scars. And finally, hair growth. We've got lots of anecdotal reports. Many users experience an increase in the quality, quantity, and speed of hair growth, and some are even getting their old natural colors back. So the bottom line is youth renewal. The result is a better, healthier, more vital you to enjoy life with you and your partner and your kids, your grandkids, You know, age is not a number, it's a feeling, and it's not about the number of candles on your cake, it's how you feel. So, what are people saying about using LifeWave X39, our patented light technology? Here's a few testimonials I just want to share briefly with you.
X39 has really changed my life. I'm not stuck at home in pain in bed. I'm out here with my friends and enjoying my family.
Big thank you to LifeWave for helping me, helping my family, and helping the 100 people now in our team who are using LifeWave daily and their families. Big thank you. Love the products.
And I have energy through the roof.
I sleep better. I have so much more energy.
Throughout the day, I can focus better. I can concentrate in my work.
Our church worship service lasts 45 minutes. For the last 2 years, I've not been able to stand that long. 2.5 weeks into wearing the X39 patch, the pastor said, "You can now be seated." It dawned on me at that moment that, my goodness, I've been standing this whole time, didn't realize it.
After starting using the technology for approximately 2 weeks, my pain completely disappeared.
32 years of pain gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Right. Well, it's not just what people are saying, it's what doctors are saying. And I'm proud to tell you, we have thousands of healthcare practitioners around the world having phenomenal results with our products in their own lives and in their practices. And we have 2 of them on the phone with us, on the line with us here today. And the first I want to introduce is Anne Moreau. And Anne has been a health professional, an RN nutritional expert for over 45 years. And I'm going to leave it to Anne to introduce our very special doctor that's here tonight. So good evening, Anne. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Gregory. I love that presentation. Such a wonderful job. Thank you for that. So yeah, I want to bring on Dr. Henriette Alban. I love interviewing Dr. Henriette. She is a naturopath. She's a wonderful addition to our community. She's the owner of Living in Balance Holistic. She's a holistic health practitioner, spiritual counselor. She works in conscious evolution strategies and tools. So you can see she's got a lot of background. So Henriette, could you unmute? You look like you're still muted.
There we go.
There we are. So I want to ask you, so when you first off, how did you decide to join, or who introduced this to you? And what excites you about this technology?
One of the primary things that excited me from the get-go was that it was not like anything I had ever come across. Okay, so we're looking at how people have used to, the methods they've used to balance themselves or to fix something by adding something that it seems to be lacking, whether it's a nutrient or whatever it may be. And this is such a different technology, and I'm always blown away. I do love this presentation too, because every word is true. We have, all of us, experienced in one form or another all these results. I haven't cut off my finger and I don't have arthritis. However, there are lots of other things. And in my practice, using the patches has been fantastic. You know, sometimes it's not just big stuff, the mega stuff, the sensationalism that we can ascribe to a technology, but it's the little stuff that keeps nagging and nagging and nagging until it's just gone and you go like, oh, I can breathe. I don't have to worry about anything. So Tom Acklin, Dr. Tom Acklin, our resident neurologist, gone yogi, has introduced me to this technology. And when we talked about it later on, he said, how did we not know about this sooner? And that was almost 4 years ago.
Yeah, what a gift, huh? We've all been given to know about this technology. Can you share a few patient stories, client stories?
Yeah, sure. There is definitely, well, there's so many ways. All right. Gut issues are really big. because it's the middle of our bodies, and it's through which all goes through that pipe from top to bottom, and so much can go wrong there. And I have found that not only X39, but all the other patches as well are really helping in a very nuanced way that I am happy to say have the expertise to apply and present it to people what they need. And so when you find that somebody who's had Lyme or somebody who's had other like pre-existing conditions, that when they come to a place of peace and balance, they are so relieved. And it's wonderful. The same thing for people who come from surgeries, or people who have lymphatic issues. Their circulation isn't working as well as it should. Energy enhancer is a fantastic tool for that, because it's the only thing. In the beginning, I used to say, I don't need this. I have plenty of energy, which I do. But now that I've fully got what microcirculation means, I wear this patch almost every day.
Yeah.
When you have a cold, that's another thing. People with asthma or with a cold, you put it on lung 1, right in that indentation in your shoulder, and it helps you breathe better. When you have a cough, when you have a cold, when children are recalcitrant or unmanageable, give them a little Aeon. We are so lucky.
Powerful stories about that other patch, a supportive patch. So we do in this call try to focus on X39 because that's the one that everyone should start with. And then the supportive patches can come later. But when people are starting with this patch, what kinds of things do you tell them to enhance or make sure the patch works really well for them? Because sometimes I hear, I'm not really noticing anything. And there may be some things that they need to do to enhance things.
We do emphasize hydration greatly. We do emphasize healthy nutrition. We do emphasize physical workouts. Whether you walk several miles, you work on a farm like I do, or you are in other ways active. I find that leads to a joy that X39, I don't want to say activates per se, but definitely brings out.
Yeah, that sense of well-being. I hear that a lot.
People have more energy, what they can do, how they can enhance their lives with more energy and better sleep.
Yeah, so how long do they wear the patch?
12 hours. 12 hours, and as far as the water is concerned, do half of your body weight in water ounces, and really stick to that. And start in the morning by flushing your kidneys. So do about 16 ounces in the morning before you have food and before you have coffee, if you can. Some people say they don't like water so much, so add some lemon juice, or I sometimes add a couple of drops of essential oil of peppermint, because it really activates digestive power. And then start there, get your system into the hydrated state.
Beautiful. Why do you have to remove it?
Well, you want to remove it after 12 hours of wearing it, because especially with the stem cell patches, there's a continuous activation of stem cell activity going on. Let's not we know that X39 and X49 are activators. All right. So for people who are serious, the consistency is the single most important thing next to hydration and physical exercise. So you put it on in the morning. Most of us do in the morning, and take it off at night. So 12 hours later, the body needs to readjust to the increased stem cell activity.
Beautiful.
That's the reason.
Thank you. Are there any contraindications to using the technology?
The only thing that I can think of is if somebody has pretty compromised immune system and has several things going on, there may be a way by which wearing the patch for 12 hours is too much activation, right? So they should wear the patch maybe 6 hours. And if that's too much, maybe 4 hours. And the patch is good for 12. So in essence, you could put the patch on again when you feel you can handle a bit more. The recommendations I always do for our for my clients is that push gently against your limit. Get it a little longer and a little longer. It isn't about you hurting, it's about you healing. And the body has that resetting mechanism by which what has been in there disturbing the equilibrium has to go someplace. So the bloodstream, maybe you have a bit of a headache, maybe you don't feel so good, maybe you're extra tired. All of those things are sometimes side effects. It's by no means that that's what everyone experiences.
Yeah. I know I've talked to some people before and have said the same thing, Henrietta, is go slower, right? It's the body trying to do the right thing. I mean, Dr. Tom says that a lot as well, right? The body's just trying to do the right thing. So what about like who should wear this? At what age do you start? When do you end? How does that all work?
It's funny. On the spiritual level, I want to say as soon as you become aware of it, as soon as you get introduced to it and you become aware of it, it means it has a place in your life. You can always reject it or resist it. People do that all the time because they say, oh, I've tried so many things. How is this going to be different? And there's a certain blasé hopelessness around that issue, isn't there? Because you say, oh, I've tried everything and nothing works. You haven't tried this.
Well, and how long does it take for people to notice?
Oh, man, how long does it take? You and I both know. We've had these conversations many times. Okay, I remember about half or maybe 3/4 of my people notice something immediately. Okay, that's a very high quotient. So I want to say that if somebody actually is actively aware of their body, they notice things faster. I had a friend try it who felt this energy. She had it on C7 on the back of her neck, and she felt this energy coming down her shoulders, and it made her feel all wonderful and, like butterflies and things like that. And then it went away, and she had more energy and better sleep. And this is what I hear the most as the first reaction. When there is something, like I said before, serious, you may notice it also very quickly, but you may have to modulate how long you wear the patch. So it's different for everybody. What we do know from the studies, yes, is that it always works immediately. We may not notice it. Some people are, excuse the expression, not very familiar with their bodies. And if they're used to knowing about their pain and owning that pain, isn't there always a factor of, well, this can't possibly change? Going into anything. It's not about placebo, but going into anything thinking it's not going to work. Well, no, it won't.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes I hear, and you probably heard the same thing, they apply the patch and they get relief and they go, well, it must be a coincidence. People they just can't believe how quickly the patches do work,
Yeah,
right?
when Dr. Tom and I did shows and we would use just a X39, for example, on an acute pain, goes away.
It's pretty cool.
There is the photobiomodulation activating the copper peptide, getting right into the stimulating of the stem cells, and they don't waste any time. If you're ready to heal, this will happen.
You and I were having a conversation about, you were talking about yourself and some of your experiences with the patch, and you were thinking about all the possibilities of applications and how you've enjoyed that. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure, I'd love to. Thank you. It's for me, who I'm using all of them, right? And over time, because one is just so curious. So we all begin with X39 and we all continuously use X39 because that is the core product, the core technology that is our building block, right? I mean, as we get older, and by now isn't just for getting older. So many people are compromised in their health these days. When we start with X39, this can write itself like that. For me, the art and the joy is to try things when I want to get a special result. right? So let's just say I want, so what I have done personally is instead of putting the patch on in the morning, first thing, I now wait until about noon. And so, all right, I don't go to bed at midnight, but sometimes it's all right. I'll take it off by 10 o'clock or so. And when I had, I think we talked about this cough I had. This was like this irritation in my throat, and it's much, much better than it was. Also, thank God, through the patches and some X39, but also the support patches that we have. Fantastic, absolutely wonderful. And so I put it on my sternum, so right here, which is where I felt the tickle, which is where I felt, you know, what was going on. The energy I had was so different from when I wear it back here. So my encouragement to anyone is try it just about everywhere. What have you got to lose? Yeah, because it goes into your body, it activates stem cells, whether you want it or not. That's what happens.
Sure.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter that you keep it on that particular acupressure, acupuncture point, which is where it was studied. And for those who don't know, this is the top or one of the points of the governing meridian in Chinese acupuncture. The governing meridian is what informs all the other meridians. So it goes with all the functional meridians, and that is why this has been so effective for so many people. Put it someplace else.
You make me think of there was somebody this week that I just spoke with, and they said this woman was talking about her husband having hip issues, and she had put the patch behind his neck, and he said, "Yeah, it's a little bit better." And she said, "Well, take that patch and stick it on your hip." So he did, and I think it was 3 days later the pain was gone, and he couldn't believe it. It was amazing.
Yeah, it is really terrific. I had a similar story of a young man who was coming off substances and all that, and he's had this pain in his right thigh forever and ever. He can't remember how long. So instead of putting the X39 on the C7 like we usually do, he said, "You know what? I was so frustrated, I just slapped it right on my thigh, and the pain went away and has not come back."
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is, because it's the body's brilliance, isn't it?
It
And
is.
are we lucky to have David Schmidt? What a clean, fabulous, brilliant, curious, capable inventor. And he is so precise with everything that he does. There's nothing half-assed coming out of that lab. And he is like, there isn't anyone else who does what he does.
Yeah, you talked about that because it is Thanksgiving this week, and we talked
Yes.
about being grateful for what we have. And you mentioned to me that David Schmidt was one of those things that you were so darn grateful for. You know, what else has this technology and this company and everything that David has brought to us, what else has it given you in your life, Henrietta?
It has given us freedom. So for us I'm in my early 70s, and you wouldn't give me that either. Neither you know, we all are, you know, looking much better than we rightfully should if we but the patches do make a big difference. And what he has given me with this particular technology, it's truly freedom. I have a small pouch here. I have a small pouch, a sandwich bag, which has a cushion inside, so I can keep them fresh if it's really hot, which is not the case in the Northeast now. And I know what to do with them, and I have them with me, and I am so incredibly blessed to know that I can go anywhere, anything will happen to me. I am fortified. Like, you know, I say this so often, the patches are my shield. And David Schmidt has been an absolute blessing and gift in all our lives. And this is not a commercial by any stretch of the imagination, because we have experienced it. We have seen it on others. We hear it every week on the calls. We are completely alive with it. So we don't need to pretend. This is not a gimmick.
You said this, it's never disappointing. It delivers something very quietly. I love that.
Oh, yes, it does. Yeah. I did
The
say that.
healing and the you said the balancing that's needed. Do you remember saying that? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, my company is called Living in Balance, and yeah, yeah, for being the company, David Schmidt carries greatness. And for me to discover the many values of the technology gives me the freedom from product hype. I don't have to run to other things. And one more thing that I found super important when you work with people and their gut issues or their immune system, which is connected, as we both know, right? We always end up in oh, maybe you should take that. And that goes through the digestive tract. And when that's compromised, where's it going? How effective can it be? So the patches, that technology is energy medicine, right? It's an energy medicine. It is so elegant a system and so effective a system. And yes, it does very quietly heal and balance, sometimes to the point where I say, okay, take this before and after sheet, please fill it out, give me a copy, and we'll talk in 30 days. As a matter of fact, I have a call like that tomorrow or the next day with someone in Europe who said, well, it sounds interesting, but I'm not sure. And so, yeah, he's got 3 months worth of it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, miracles are happening and we don't even know it sometimes, right?
Yeah, and all the patches have been tested in so many different ways, heart variability, energy, and some others in the case of the other stem cell patch, the X49, right? The energy of a person in their mid-70s who's a regular exercise person, but after, what was it, 3 weeks or was it 40 days? I mean, a relatively short time, he had increased his prowess of exercise and his strength and his speed by 60%.
It's amazing. It's
That is
just
amazing. Yes.
Yeah. I want
So
to thank you, Henrietta. Did you want to say something else?
I
One
was
last.
going to say healing is in all our grasp.
Yes, it
It
is.
is.
It
And
truly.
X39 is the key to start with.
Yeah. Yeah, what a gift. What a gift we have here that's been given to us. So a
Indeed.
lot of gratitude for you tonight for joining us and for sharing. Thank you so much, Henrietta. And I want to thank Gregory again. I mean, this is a week for us to be grateful for all that we have. And truly, truly, this is the most wonderful gift we could be given. So, and thank you, Gregory, for all you do.
And I want to say our community is very special. We've made so many friends, and this is genuine. There isn't any pretense here. This is all genuine. We're like the LifeWave family. It sounds maybe hokey, but you know what? If it's true, I don't care. So it's a pleasure being here tonight. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, thank you, ladies. You are cornerstones in our expanding, community, and I'm just so grateful. It's so wonderful to listen to you two go together, and thank you for sharing your valuable time and insights with everyone tonight and on the replay.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night. Well, I'm going to kind of wrap things up, and I want to share with everyone some of the success we've been having, and I'm going to share my screen a little bit. And this is our sales graph over the last 5-6 years. You can see that since 2019, when X39 was launched, our sales have grown over 20x. We went from doing around 2 million a month to over 400 million in 2023, and we're on track to close out 2024 this year here at $600 million. That's phenomenal growth for a 20-year-old company. To have 50% growth in our 20th year is just beyond belief and off the charts. And there's a lot of reasons that we've already shared with you here tonight. So, in fact, according to the Direct Selling News, which is like the industry journal for the direct selling industry, LifeWave is the #1 growth direct sales company in the world right now. So we're really excited to have earned that title and to give this opportunity for you to consider joining us as a customer or as a brand partner. And let me talk just briefly about the benefits of the LifeWave business opportunity. We strategically chose direct sales network marketing to bring these valuable products to market because we didn't want to try and go down the big pharma route, and we didn't want to go down the Madison Avenue route and have them sitting on a shelf in a health food store somewhere. So we chose people to people, and this is a great plan B in the gig economy. And we need people to help us get the word out on our patented exclusive products. And the good news is there is no competition. We have a very simple, duplicatable success system. We have free websites, training and support, very low cost of entry, and the satisfaction of being rewarded for making a difference in people's lives and health. So we have a very simple and generous compensation plan, generously pays out 50% of all sales to our brand partners, 5 different ways through customer bonuses, product introduction bonuses, binary cycle bonuses, matching bonuses, and wonderful trips, contests, and special bonuses. And you can find out more about these from the person that invited you here tonight. So I'll conclude by saying there's 3 ways to get started. There's a good way, and that's just become a customer. Try the product. You've got nothing to lose and your health to gain. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and see if you don't notice some of these wonderful benefits you can see on the right side of your screen that we've already discussed, as far as pain relief, reduced inflammation, supporting wound healing, energy, vitality, mental clarity, sports performance, and recovery from exercise. And that's just a short list of the benefits you might receive. Now, there's a better way to get started as a preferred customer, and you can get a 33% discount and buy the products at wholesale, saving $50 on the X39. And all you do is subscribe to our monthly auto ship program. There's no long-term commitment required. You can resign from it at any time, this week, this month, or any time in the future. But most people, once they start using our products, they notice a difference and they don't get off. And then there's the best way to get started is as a brand partner, and you get paid for sharing. You can earn a part-time or full-time income. You can earn generous personal and team rewards. We get paid weekly. We have 3 brand partner starter kits available to choose from that the person who invited you here can share with you. And all of this comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So I just want to share one more short little 1-minute video with you to kind of just tease you a little bit about the benefits you might experience in joining our community and our opportunity and the benefits of these wonderful products.
A life empowered is closer than you think. We're all looking for a better way. Reimagine what's next with a new sense of exuberance. Why not power on like you mean it? Or power off blissfully? A better sleep is a better awake. You've never moved like this before. With the energy nature intended. Imagine reprogramming the way you look at the speed of science. At longevity. At exhilaration. It's next level rejuvenation. Take control of your well-being. From the inside out and outside in. The light within is ready to ignite. Be the light. LifeWave.
Be the light with LifeWave. Well, thank you very much for joining us. And I just wanted to say in conclusion, LifeWave for my wife Robin and I has been an answer to a prayer. Every day we hear miracle stories. Every day we're enhancing and changing people's lives. And every day we and thousands of others around the world are enjoying the blessings of health, vitality, lifestyle, community, and financial freedom. So I invite you to take a look, get Get back with the person that invited you and get your questions answered. Commit to try X39. And with our risk-free 30-day guarantee, you've got nothing to lose and your health to gain. And you too may enjoy the enhanced quality of life, changing the trajectory of your aging and maybe your finances too. So get together with us, share the good news about LifeWave X39, and join our global wellness community. So with that, I want to thank you again for joining us and learning about the power of the patch, and invite you to get back with the person that invited you here today. So thanks, everyone. This officially brings our presentation to an end right now. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.